Let me tell you about our newest partner, Mint Mobile. With Mint Mobile, you can drop your expensive cell phone plan without having to sacrifice coverage, speed, or data. They're able to provide such an amazing offer by cutting out the middleman and selling to you directly online. Plans start for as little as $15 a month. $15 a month, guys. That is so unbelievably cheap. And making the switch is incredibly easy. Keep your current phone and phone number and activate your plan in minutes. Remember to support those who help us. Just go to trymintmobile.com/thoseguys to get started. That's trymintmobile.com/thoseguys.
Those guys.
So
You
wait a
called
minute.
Kim Jong-il your boy.
So nobody's allowed to be friends with Kim Il-jong or whatever his name is?
It's Kim Jong-il.
Yeah, I've heard it both
Now
ways.
I'm confusing myself,
Yeah.
but you called him my boy. What the hell is that?
Well, you know what? I have a soft spot in my... Now, I agree with everything that every one of my friends, what they do? Of course not.
You hate.
I'm rooting for you.
For whom?
Kim Il-jong. No, not.
Don't say that.
No, not what he's doing.
He's doing all the bad things.
I'm rooting for him to pull out of this tailspin. I'm hoping that he can learn from his mistakes. Is that so wrong? Now, do I condone his behavior?
Weird place to-
Absolutely not.
Weird place to place your flag.
Those guys you hate.
And we're back, Tyler.
We're back, Red Circle.
How was that break?
Delicious.
How many dings?
Go ahead.
How many? You tell me.
2.
Why?
don't know.
What was wrong?
Because you're going to ring the bell again.
Right.
Yeah. Appropriate.
I have another story about me, Tyler, and this is something that I like to chronicle on this show because I will be able to go back one day when we are in trial, when the world has finally righted itself, and I will say I have documented proof of the bullshittery that has been inflicted upon us. Apple products, Tyler, do you hate them or do you really fucking hate them? How many dings do you give Apple products?
Are those my only options? I really love them because of how convenient they make my life, just in terms of my digital life, I should say.
They got your ass.
I dislike them because they got me.
They
yeah.
got your ass.
Yeah.
There is nobody who fights harder against technology than me that I'm familiar with. And I also don't know anybody who wears AirPods as much as I do. I am literally addicted to podcasts and audiobooks. It's sickening.
Yeah.
I avoid my family so I can hear the end of like my golf podcast. But Tyler, so my AirPods have completely broken down. Again, they've just completely quieted. They don't work in the gym. I can't hear it. I can only hear Spanish people yelling. But my Apple Watch, not only is it broken, I was in the middle of a private meeting the other day, and it was so broken that it went off like a rape whistle. It started going, brap, brap, and I'm like, it's okay. Hold on. Brap, brap. And I'm thinking, it's insane what they can do with these products once you've purchased them and you've had them for what they deem to be too long.
Yeah.
What's your thought on that?
Oh, I think you should have taken the watch off your wrist, thrown it to the floor, just started stomping on it. I'm sorry, I'll take care of this.
Anything for your business. Anything for your business.
Yeah, I was about to say that my AirPods are like one of the best purchases I've ever made.
Agreed.
Simply because they've lasted so long. They still hold I've had them for years. They hold a charge like nobody's business. The quality is wonderful. That's like the best product I own in terms of quality of said product.
I think that's very interesting. I am now on my third pair of AirPods. Now,
I'm still on my first.
I wear my AirPods probably a lot more than you wear
for
AirPods. I at the house, at the gym, everything that I'm doing has AirPods attached.
Definitely.
But the idea of just constantly churning and going through these products, there's so many, if not your AirPods, I'm sure you could list other Apple products that you're burning through. And by the way, it is just destroying our earth at the same time. Mm-hmm. That is my narcissistic story about how these things are wrong. And it leads me into this because next segment we have GBI. And I want to actually come full circle and have an actual conversation about this. Is narcissism truly so bad when used in this way? And this is the way I see my life. I'm definitely somebody who has displayed narcissistic tendencies throughout my life. I don't know if it was genetic. I don't know if it was environmental or the way my parents treated me when I was growing up. All just a confluence of everything I just said. What do you think about that?
It's hard to say. I mean, because it's always there's always the conversation of is it environmental or is it
Genetic?
Genetic, thank you. Which I guess in a way would be environmental, but like, is it our circumstance?
No. Environmental is something that affects you once you've been born. Genetic is a predisposition that you're born with.
That's fair. Yeah, but I think it's just the behaviors
like
that are
being gay.
Yeah, exactly.
You're born like that.
Yes.
Oh wait,
yes. Are you trying to? Yeah,
I fucked that up.
I was like, what are you trying to do right now? Yeah, you're saying basic science.
We are so woke, Tyler.
Because you gave me the look as if you said something dirty, and I was like, no, you just said a fact.
I hate it when I don't cause conflict. It offends me.
Yeah, but I would say it's just learned behavior.
Yeah.
In you specifically, I would say it was just learned behavior when you were growing up.
But I think
because you have empathy, you care about other people, you feel bad for other people.
But I think in the safe place to answer all of these questions is it's obviously a mix of both things, because some people can go through the same environment and they just have a predisposition to act more this way. It's really hard to separate those two things.
Absolutely.
So, but this is my thought. I have a way of experiencing the world through my own perspective. I see myself as I have main character energy in my mind. Mm-hmm. But my question is this: by experiencing the world that way, in a narcissistic way, if you can use that and explain these things to other people through allegory, can't it be in some way positive as long as you're not hurting other people?
I think the outcome is what's important. Yeah, like if you can use anything for positivity, then the end result is positive.
Okay.
As long as you're not using negativity to get positivity. I'm not sure how that would work, but I'm sure you understand the point I'm making.
Sock, Tyler.
You're evil.
But the idea is this is my little booties. The thing is that I think that we all are trying to do a better job and be more others focused. And I truly believe that is the way to a content life. Mm. But if you can filter your own experience through you and really hone in on how these things make you feel and be able to use that to explain it to other people, maybe these people who have never, like you said, these people who have never had these thoughts in their life before, and you're turning some light on inside of them, like the voice inside of their head. It could be a beautiful thing. Narcissism, we're taking it back.
Yeah, you would, narcissists. The narcissists are taking narcissism back.
That's it.
Shocker.
And you guys will probably let us have it. Let's take a break. We're coming back with GBI, and then we're kicking you the F out.
Mm-hmm. Red circle.
And I know everyone says this, but I am genuinely excited to tell you about our newest sponsor, Keen. What is Keen, you ask? I cannot wait to tell you. Keen is the leading provider of online psychic readings. With more than 35 million successful sessions under their belt, Keen is one of the most trusted providers in the space. I'm talking about tarot readings. I'm talking about love life readings. I'm talking about astrology readings. And yes, I'm talking about chakra cleansings and many more areas of expertise. Go to trykeen.com/thoseguys and get your first 5 minutes of any reading for only $1. What? The world is made up of things we don't understand, of things we can't see or touch, so expand your horizons while supporting those guys you hate.
Those guys.
We just understand advertising so much better that you can't prove it. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yeah. You're all done. Is that what that hand waving like that
I'm
means?
all done. I figured we'd do a silent communication sort of thing, and you fucked it up.
I like this when we do silent connection. I think this is good.
You hate.
I think this is good that we can kind of communicate with one another without the audience knowing.
Ending each other's
Sandwiches?
correct.
So you're all done.
All done.
Silently now I know that.
Those guys you hate.
We're back. Tyler?
Yes.
Usually when one person leads the episode, the other person has to do a little work, has to do a little fill-in. So this week, as in all of my weeks, you are doing a good story. You are doing a bad story. You are doing an interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into it. I got just a chunk sitting on the back of my tongue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's up with that.
I can hear it. We're becoming fast friends.
Hey, Tyler.
Why does it sound like that?
It's been a rough couple of years. You know those phlegm people from the Metamucil commercials?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know them. They seem like nice people.
Is this what bit is this that you're doing? What
I've
is
been
this?
doing a lot of impressions
Uh-huh.
lately. Yeah, a couple on last week's show.
Maybe we should just get into GBI.
I assume this will not be part of the episode, so please continue with your program.
Yes, GBI. Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
You know how this works. We have a good story, a bad story, an interesting story. I got some very intense feedback from Podcast Granny. She says this is the worst segment that we do. She absolutely despises it.
Well, and this is not the first time you have told me this. What is it about this that just upsets her so?
She says it's unlike anything else that we do and not in a good way, where
Wow.
it's just, yeah.
Why is she so mean to you?
She's just honest, I guess.
I've seen her play Dungeons and Dragons. She can be cruel.
Well, elves are like that.
There's a breaking point with her where she's just like, fuck you!
Worked hard on this, okay? Yeah, so if, to our listeners out there, write in. Go to THOSEGUYSYOUHATE.com. Write us a note. Tell us what you think. Give us some feedback.
You know what you should do? Bring back Peril.
Peril was yours.
Peril!
All right, Ryan. Mount Everest. Oh, for our good story. Mount Everest is getting a cleanup.
Okay.
You know, people go to Everest, they leave their shit, both literally and figuratively, on that mountain.
True.
Mountains of shit.
True.
On the mountain of ice. And
It's such a big business, people going to Mount Everest to climb it.
yeah,
Would you ever do that?
absolutely not.
Fuck to the no.
No.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Yep.
I've seen photos though, because now it's so popular. I've seen photos that when you get to the top, you gotta wait in fucking line
Really?
to take a picture.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is everybody just like holding a oxygen mask to their face?
I don't know, but it's just something that I will never do.
I've always been a Kilimanjaro guy.
I'm at peace with that.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a Kilimanjaro guy.
Kilimanjaro guy,
Okay,
Tyler.
got you.
The true tallest mountain, by the way.
Is that true? I know Mount
I
Everest.
hope so.
I know Mount Everest is the highest mountain, but I don't think Kilimanjaro is the tallest.
From the bottom to the top, I believe that I've already said it, Tyler.
Okay.
So
Well, it's locked in.
We can review.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're gonna have fun with that one.
Fuck me.
Yeah, so they're actually going to be using Chinese drones to clean up the mountain. So when you think of those drones, those four propeller,
Sure.
they're using those devices, but these things are massive. Just these massive, powerful vehicles. They're called the DJI Fly Cart. They can ferry 234 kilograms an hour, where
Do you know how much that is in pounds?
I don't, I can look it up, but
I'll do it while you're talking.
But just so you have an idea, it would take 14 porters, just 14 guys going up into the mountain to clean, 6 hours to do it.
Say that one more time. I'm so sorry. That's 515 pounds, Tyler.
515 pounds.
That's a lot of pounds.
So it would take 14 workers simultaneously, 6 hours to clean up that same amount of trash that one of these drones can clean up in a single hour.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is truly the drone technology has so many
Applications.
applications and what we can do. It is pretty incredible. I hope they never affix a missile to them and kill people with them.
Oh, they're using that in Ukraine right now.
What?
Yeah. They put
Come on, guys!
bombs on drones and just fly them into a target.
Bones.
Great show.
Never seen it.
Nah, neither have I. I just heard
It's
good
just
things.
on in the morning after basketball.
All right, Ryan, on to our bad.
All right.
But I want to die. Why won't you let me die? Somebody kill me!
Disney World, you don't F with the mouse. You don't. They have like the most qualified lawyers ever.
I have a limited fake Mickey Mouse impression if I could throw it in here real quick.
Please.
Oh boy.
It's pretty good.
That's not terrible, right?
Pretty good,
All
yeah.
right. Sorry about that.
I do enjoy you having to prep yourself like Matthew McConaughey before going onto a scene.
I was in my mouth. I'm like, Ryan, don't blow this. You got this, dog.
This is your moment.
Oh boy.
So Disney World is arguing that a man cannot sue, that a family cannot sue them over the death of the man's wife because of the terms and conditions that he signed up for and agreed to when he got his free trial of Disney Plus.
Okay, so how did this woman die?
She went to a restaurant on Disney's property, told
Okay.
them that I have a very fatal nut allergy, and they gave her nuts anyway, and she died later that day.
I said the same thing to my yoga teacher. Actually, this is serious. We should probably be
That's
more...
a weird, yeah.
It's a funny, it is.
I appreciate it.
It's, in context,
Yeah.
funny joke, but in context, not a funny joke.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry to that woman's family.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't seem like it. Okay, so she died with a nut allergy. That's got to be a really terrible experience for everybody accompanying her and everybody around her.
Agreed.
Trying to walk back that joke.
Yeah.
So she signed up for Disney Plus, a streaming service,
Yeah.
and they're using that to wiggle out of her death.
It's not even that. He signed up for it. The man signed, husband signed up for
Well,
it.
that makes more sense.
Yeah, no, the husband signed up for it, and they're saying because you signed up for it and agreed to our terms and conditions, which in their terms and conditions it says if there is ever a lawsuit brought forth by Disney, if you agree to these terms and conditions, we have to deal with it in arbitration, meaning we'll deal with it out of court. You're not allowed to sue us.
That sounds to me legally binding.
no.
Yeah, I'm with the mouse on this one.
Oh, you coward.
I'm with the mouse on this one.
Yeah, I mean, that blows my mind. Just like, hey, you signed up for a free trial of Disney Plus. Sorry, we killed your wife.
The problem is, the more you say it, the more it makes sense to me. But the problem with it is, and we have discussed it many times on this show, not unlike Breathwork, these companies are incentivized to be immoral. These defense lawyers, even though they know they're lying through their teeth, it's their job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, business going business, y'all.
Yeah, it seems like it's one of those strategies where you just say as many things as possible and hopefully something sticks to the wall when you throw it.
That's it.
Yeah.
You throw everything out there. It's your job.
So, sorry to that man's wife. No longer the happiest place on earth.
Not the man. Now he's dating. He's on Tinder. He's feeling good.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he's going to meet somebody at Disney World. Who knows?
Oh, boy.
Interesting, Ryan. Let's do our interesting. So for this, we're going to talk about a Florida man who also happens to be a doctor. Yes, they can be both things at once.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. A man went in for a colonoscopy, and because of the doctor that was performing said colonoscopy, for those who don't know, it's when they shove a camera up your butt.
Is it a camera? It's not a finger anymore?
No, it's not a. It's like a long
bad.
rectal instrument that
Sure.
they shove through your.
And that is just to check on your organs and make sure that everything's okay.
Make sure you don't have any cancer or anything like that.
All
Yeah.
right.
But as you can imagine,
Can't wait.
it's very painful.
Really?
Which is why you're sedated throughout it.
Why is it painful?
Because you're shoving a machine up your butt.
How big is it?
It's a tube, but they push it all the
Ow!
way through everything.
Yeah, you go. Okay.
Yeah. And it's very painful.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm less excited about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is why gay guys prep for anal, man. It's a complex process.
But that stops at a certain point. And by the way, straight people can have anal too.
They could.
yeah.
If you're not, you're missing out.
Speaking of my yoga class, but the idea is okay. So continue with the story now that we have all the butt information.
Yeah. I mean, do we have all the butt information?
Not yet.
So the doctor who was performing it was practically deaf without his hearing aid. He was deaf without his hearing aid. So he was performing the surgery, he was performing the operation, and he did not hear the man's screams. The man was screaming at him,
Now,
and the nurses were telling him to stop. And at one point, the doctor leaned over the patient, screamed because he could not hear the sound of his own voice. He went, "I know!" and then continued to perform the operation.
he perforated his colon.
Whatever he did, it wasn't okay.
And so what? You left him with the semicolon. So what's the end of the story? Like, what happened? Is this guy being sued for malpractice? How could he possibly be doing this without his hearing aid in? That seems like malpractice.
It very much is. It almost seems like really either unbelievably terrible narcissistic behavior is like, I don't need to hear. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Not that there's anything wrong with narcissistic
No,
behavior.
no.
This is what I'm talking about. It's systemic.
Narcissist gonna narcissist, bro.
Well, we're trying to.
Or maybe it's something along the lines of losing his faculties a little bit.
Yeah, that sounds like a horrible medieval torture.
Yeah. So he has been put on like suspension or whatever it is. He's being evaluated. He has to go through like different courses and stuff like that. He's been performing medicine since 1990. And yeah, that guy should not be allowed near butts anymore. I'm just going to say it now.
Ooh, you give a narcissist a bad name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, well, hopefully that person, I've learned from this other woman, I hope that guy's okay. I hope that it heals back to a full colon. Our thoughts and prayers.
We've come full circle.
Come full circle.
Thoughts
That's
and
it.
prayers
Thoughts
on your
and prayers,
on your
baby.
butthole, sir.
Thoughts and prayers.
And that, Ryan, that was GBI.
Great job, Tyler.
Thank you.
That's In Your Face podcast, Granny. Tyler, tell them how they can get in touch with us and tell us what they think about that.
Go to thoseguysyouhate.com. Click on the links. We have the links to our Instagram, to our YouTube, to our TikTok. If you want to find us directly there, it is at Those Guys You Hate on TikTok, or on Instagram or YouTube, it is at @those_guys_you_hate.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
What is the moral of the story, Tyler?
Moral of the story, do I be serious or do I make a joke?
We're about to find out together, baby.
I'm gonna go serious this time.
Ew.
I'm going with the Mount Everest story. Clean up your trash, people. Stop fucking littering.
Corpses up there?
Oh yeah, a lot of corpses.
Like you make a left at the bearded man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of the corpses up there are like, I believe, like landmarks. Where
Yeah.
it's like if you see the guy in the yellow jacket.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Make a left at the bearded man.
Yeah.
So my question to you is this: up there, I would imagine your resources are limited. What do you do? What do you do with it?
You carry it.
Okay.
You carry it back. You know?
I agree with you.
And I'm not talking about only the people who go on Mount Everest. I was talking about anybody who goes outside ever. Find a fucking trash can.
Please.
If you have a wrapper and there isn't one, put it in your goddamn pocket. Don't just throw it on the ground.
Agreed.
To the people, those videos that I see of people out here in Miami Beach where they're done with their party on their boat and they start like popping the balloons and just throwing it in the ocean, I will murder you.
Those kids that dumped that in the ocean, they got in serious trouble.
Yo, to the parents who raised those little
Yeah.
shits, go fuck yourself.
It's really hard to teach kids manners when they have their own private yacht.
Yeah,
you know what I
sure.
mean? Those two things come into conflict with one another.
Usually I have a butler to do my littering
Yeah.
for me.
Scuba butler.
Yeah, so please, for the love of God, man, it's not so hard to just hold on to your trash until you find a trash can. Ryan, what's the moral of the story?
The earth is alive, man. We got to take care of it.
Agreed.
Sure.
Agreed.
Mother nature.
And it's all communal, man. When you litter, that means we all got to look at shit.
Think of it as the communal space. From now on, the earth is the living room
Correct.
for society, okay? Let's all keep up our part.
Don't be the shitty roommate.
Absolutely. Who is stacking all these dishes in the park?
Ryan, what is the moral of the story?
My moral of the story is narcissism has a bad connotation on it for a good reason, because people use it to forget about everyone else. But if you can take your own personal experiences and you could filter them through not just your thoughts and your beliefs and the prisms of the way that you see the world, but through humanity and how you react to something in comparison to how humans react. And if you could use that and help open up just one other person's eyes to something that they don't see, something they aren't aware of in a positive light, we can go ahead and use narcissism to make each one of us better. What do you think about that, Tyler?
I think it was a very poetic way for you to say you want to continue to be a narcissist.
I cannot change. I have tried. and
Yes, you can.
My doctor has told me to just quit. Just go ahead and give up on it. I said, I am not coming back here. My name is Ryan.
And my name is Tyler.
And that's not how we end
it.
this show.
Red Circle.
Hello, my baby.
And
hello,
we're-
my honey. Oh, hello, my ragtime gal.
I was going to say live. That's not true.
And then I've got the Cosmic Gaylord hat.
That's my favorite one of yours.
It is really good. Again, I know I've said this on the show before, but I have worn this hat. Describe it to the audio audience.
It's
Audience.
if you just took the word gay and made it into a hat.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, hard to argue.
It's
like a train conductor hat, kinda, right?
Kind of, but
Sure.
but for a BDSM party. It's got the chains going in the front of it. It's
And I've told this story on this show before where people who truly love me have come up to me after we recorded that and put it out on social media, and they're like, Ryan, you don't have to do that, man. You don't have to do that.
I'm worried about you, bro.
You're funny, man. It's okay. You don't have to do that.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
I can be as secretly gay as I want to. All right, let me put this together. How are you, Tyler?
I'm good, buddy. How
Tyler,
you doing?
you had an eventful weekend, yes?
Yeah, for the most part. I got to hang out with friends. Stayed over at their place for a couple of days. It was kind of our going away party, actually.
Oh, because you're going to Puerto Rico.
No, not just for changing of the lifestyle. Like the three of us were all like, all right, after this, we're going to change the way that we're living our lives in terms of like health and
Good for you guys.
exercise and all that. Yeah. So we're like, hey,
That could be tough.
one final party, and then we're getting responsible.
I love it. I love it. I celebrate that. I'm happy for you guys, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
We had a great time. We had a lot of fun. Yeah, it was very chill. It was very chill. Just one of those things where you're just sitting with people that you love and nothing crazy is going on around you. It's just all about the conversation.
Tell that to the dead hooker. Am I right?
Yeah.
Or at least she wishes she was dead.
Yeah.
Like
That's another carpet gone. Another rug I had to throw out.
Do you remember Very Bad Things? Christian Slater, Daniel Stern, they're all at a bachelor party. And,
yes.
And Daniel Stern.
Cameron Diaz.
Do you not like Cameron Diaz? Yes, Cameron Diaz as a biatch. That's a great, really dark movie. Your sign isn't on, by the way.
Thank you.
Yep. And right now it's knee off, Tyler. All right, let me settle down. Let me relax.
You're getting rid of all the good content in the pregame.
I know, I'm blowing my load here.
Before we move on, I just wanted to say that movie, I saw it once. It was an excellent movie. Never want to see
Super
it
dark.
again. So dark.
It has vibes that make you not I don't want to feel this way right
Never.
now. You know what makes me feel that way famously, or only to me? Breaking Bad. Love Breaking Bad. Incredible piece of television. Don't ever want to go back to that world
It
again.
hurts your heart looking at it.
Yes,
watching it.
I agree. So I told you about how I bought this new car. Big deal. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? New technologies.
Big boy purchase.
New technologies are happening all around us. And now my car is communicating with me not unlike an ex-girlfriend. It is constantly on top of me. It's texting me, telling me what it wants, what it desires, how I'm failing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your
Well,
car-
I think it's very important in every relationship to have an open line of communication. We are honest with each other.
But what about when is open communication just you nagging me? You're nagging me and you're taking away my personal freedoms. You're breaking me down. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just
I'm gonna
too
start
much.
walking everywhere.
It's constantly telling me. It's constantly texting me and saying, "Hey, there's something in your back seat. You left something in your back seat."
Yeah.
And it's like, again, a personal freedom. Like, we can't even kill our babies anymore without somebody getting involved, Tyler.
That was an extreme example.
Well, I'm just saying.
Is there no way to turn that off to stop update the update?
Babies? Yeah, leave them in the car.
That's true.
Yeah.
The updating me that my tire pressure is low, that I like. The updating me that I have something on my back seat. I know I have something on my back seat. I left it there.
I left it there. I'm the one who left it there. It would not stop crying. Please don't alert the cops.
Yeah.
It's just a punishment. I'll get it.
Sure.
I get it. I'm going to take a little nap and I'll get it. Speaking of kids and how much we love them, you like kids?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very suspicious, Tyler. Why are kids buying new I understand school supplies. It's such a big business. Why are kids buying new backpacks every year? A backpack is not a 1-year thing. It is not a...
Are they buying new backpacks every year?
If you look at school supplies, what's the first thing that you see? They're not showing you a protractor. It's a backpack.
Yeah.
Kids want the new backpack. I can't have fucking Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers last year. Super Mario Brothers is a piece of shit now.
Okay, well, I guess it's
A
just
piece of shit.
So they're a part of the style now, I assume.
Okay, sure.
No, I'm asking. Is that what it is? Is that why they're getting new backpacks
You
every
don't
year? They
think
have to.
it's been that way since we were kids? I think that was like that when we were kids as well.
I don't. I remember using the same backpack like for years and years and years.
Well, if you see any sort of, back to school, which it's necessary. We need pens. We need pencils. We need a Duotang folder. Do you remember a Duotang folder?
No.
It's got the two. Never mind.
No.
But new, I think it could be like an indoctrination into like consumerism. Like, oh, hey, you can't. Well, think of what everybody is going to think about you.
Yeah. Is that a SpongeBob backpack? Oh my God, that was so 3 years ago.
SpongeBob has had some real staying power.
Oh yeah.
SpongeBob is really. Is there another cartoon around this time?
South Park.
I mean, you know what I'm talking about, though. Not like Family Guy. I mean, like SpongeBob. SpongeBob has turned into like almost a Tom and Jerry kind of a situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
You like SpongeBob?
It's what's up?
Do you like SpongeBob?
I love SpongeBob. I used to watch it constantly when it first came out. I was a wee little baby myself.
Wee little baby Tyler.
And it was
Tyler,
excellent.
surprisingly,
He's
not
like
always this tall.
He's like a cultural icon, basically.
He really is.
Yeah.
It was a little bit after my time, so I never really got that connection with it, but I can very much appreciate it. It's annoying. His voice is annoying, and that's funny.
Autistic.
I'm sorry?
SpongeBob? He's autistic.
I'm sorry?
The voice actor came out and said, yeah, SpongeBob's autistic.
Kenny Powers.
I can't imagine that's right.
Kenny, his name is Kenny.
Yeah.
He is in so many things. So he's autistic. What, like the way he focuses on something, the way that he's ready,
I guess so.
That kind of stuff.
Seemingly.
And there's also that sexual indoctrination of sandy cheeks and bikini bottom, and he's a pad, and all of that.
That sounds about right.
I feel like I covered it there.
Yeah. You basically just got the whole gist of the show right there in that one sentence.
All right, let's do some more.